This scene is set sometime later into the night, after Jacob had gone through his wanderings of the evening. It's about 1 in the morning. He has allowed Iris Breckenridge to take his phone to assist her with her subterfuge, and to maintain contact with others, has taken her phone. If asked, he has an excuse. It's fully conceivable that he might have made his way over to her haven and found it one of the few remaining items still intact when her location had gone up in flames the other night. None of this is truly his concern at the moment, though. He makes his way into his haven, the hidden haven, that abode which no vampire still present in the city has any concept of the awareness of. This studio business style room, purchased out under business name, and even used to perform enough business that people don't realize its true purpose. As he enters the Renaissance-styled back room, slouches across the ornately designed couch, fresh with blood. He inhales, and just as he begins to let go with his senses of perception, to a sharp voice, low, sensual, but by no means pleasant at the moment, snaps out. The voice belongs to Sarah, his ghoul, the longest standing ghoul he's had in this city. When he confronts her with a query about her, sudden reaction, it's one of anger, worry, and when she comes around to the conversation about him giving someone else his phone, his personal connection to others, probably a hint of jealousy. It's really not difficult for Jacob to pick up on, especially from someone whose mind he can wander through on a whim. Her body language tells him more than enough, and he makes an attempt to console her. His usual assurances do very little this time. If anything, the words only seem to agitate her more. When reminded about his warning to her, he assures her that there is no need for concern. He is not being controlled or manipulated by the blood powers of the woman whom he went to speak with. He does reveal to her a portion of Iris' plans, intentions, and he going to help her lay low after this attempt, that she should understand the concern when one's most private of abodes is suddenly struck down in a fashion specifically designed to render them inert, helpless, and unprepared. It seems to get through to her. At the start, anyway. As the night continues, not even 20 minutes, half an hour later, it's rather obvious that the writhing displeasure within her thoughts is not going away. Nothing Jacob says, none of his promises, nothing even from an intention to keep the Lady Sarah with him does much. Realizes this was an insecurity he had never come across in the woman before, which surprised him. Realizing furthermore with some regret it's going to take some time to work her through it, Jacob makes the suggestion to her that if she doesn't believe him, perhaps she no longer wishes to share her time with him. The comment is like a backhand across her mind. She doesn't react violently or even calmly. She's just somewhat shell-shocked. Jacob smiles to his ghoul and, with an arm around her waist, tells her that, of course, he would never suggest such a thing to her. Why would he have her around otherwise? For tonight, it seems that it is enough. She looks to him, mollified, still somewhat sullen, asks him if he's finished with his business for the night. He says, almost, and burning a point of blood. Charisma, subterfuge, difficulty 4. It sends out a call to the Lady Breckenridge's mind. A bit stronger than the one he'd initiated before. And he will spend enough time there to relax with the lady before he once more exits the building, assuring her he will be back by dawn, dragging his large trench coat, taking with him not just his blades and gun, but going so far as to risk even adorning his waist with his sword. The cloak is not a perfect disguise for it. Coat, forgive me. The long trench coat is not a perfect disguise for it. But only time will tell if, when he makes an attempt to mate with the disappearing seneschal. It'll be enough to keep him out of trouble. And it is where he walks out of the door and down the stairs that this scene will come to a close.